everyone, Natalie Egenolf here with a special guest. We have Kevin McCloskey, Northeast Philly native, which I just learned. But then once I was reading your story, I remember hearing about you. He's joining us this week to talk about the Army Navy game. So if you're familiar with Kevin's story, served in the Army in Afghanistan, is that correct? I don't want to, so why don't you tell people just a little bit about yourself, about your time in the service, and then we'll get into talking about the game and a couple of other things.
Perfect. My name's Kevin McCloskey. Served the 101st Airborne, the 506 Karahi. Joined in 2006, and after training for a little while, we went over to Afghanistan. During a mission, about 3-4 months into being over there, I was driving, and at the last minute I seen a board sticking out of the road, which was an IED. So I tried to swerve it, and I ended up catching it on the side of my tire. So right away I lost both my legs, one below the knee, one above the knee. My hand was off, but they actually reattached it, so everything works great. 7 fractures to my pelvis, blind in my right eye, 30 surgeries.
Another day. Well, no, you're amazing. Your story's amazing.
Thank you.
So are you back in Northeast Philly now?
So I recently had a house built in Southampton, up near the casino.
So you're right around the corner from us.
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes.
Okay, awesome. So we want to talk about the Army Navy game, but first, I gotta take it. If you're a Northeast Philly guy, you love Philadelphia sports. Am I incorrect in making that assessment?
No, I do. I am excited to watch next week because we're a bye week. So
yeah, so next week it'll be good. Do you have any feelings about who you're picking for Cowboys Washington, or is that kind of, are you like a I can't root for the Cowboys guy?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
yes, I am. And I was stationed,
as many are.
Yeah, I was stationed in San Antonio. So whenever I would go out on Sundays to watch a game, they would put the Cowboys on. So it was tough.
It was tough.
I had to end up cheering for Houston while I was down there because I was not cheering for Dallas. So
right. You're like, I'll take the other Texas team.
Exactly.
So San Antonio, that's where you were. Now we're gonna get to the Army Navy game, but you prior to us, doing this interview, you were telling me that you do, prior to the pandemic as well, you talked about 25 times a year, and you're giving all different lessons from your journey in the Army and your journey through your service and overcoming so many obstacles in your life. But I thought that you touched on something really interesting when you said that one of the things that you like to talk about is the camaraderie. And I feel like that's what makes the Army Navy game so special, right? It's the camaraderie between the forces and coming together kind of to celebrate in good fun. I mean, I know it's super competitive. But in good fun kind of, and celebrate each other and the service that you've done for the country. So you used to go to the games when they were in Philly. Can you tell me what your experiences were like at the games in Philly?
So I've gone to mostly all the ones that were in Philly, especially since being in the military. It was something that we watched as kids growing up, but after I got out of the military, it was something that I couldn't miss. It's just something else. I mean, it sends chills through your body, even if you're military or not. I mean, it's incredible to see the athletes that are also in the service. It's incredible to see how athletic they are, but also their patriotism, and a lot of them know that they're going into tough positions, but it's not on the field, and they go back and forth, and there's a lot of shit talk, but it's what makes the game. I mean, I always say the military is kind of like a small city. Everybody has a part to make it work. And you know, that as much as everyone busts balls, it really is about, you know, at the end of the day, everybody being in the same position, you know?
Right. Right. And fighting for our country. Do you have any predictions for this weekend? The line is Army -7.5.
Yeah, I think it's
You're definitely going with the Black Knights.
I am. I think it's going to be a 10-point game.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be definitely two possessions. I think it's going to be over 10. But
because last year it was what, 15 to zilch. I think it was last year. It was 15-0, and the Army won. So like, it's not like it's this like high scoring back and forth.
No, it never is. It's a lot of, they keep the ball on the ground a lot. You don't see many, you know, you don't see the ball fly often.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see though, because it's kind of like an old school football, you know?
Yeah.
Go right up the middle, and it's exciting because you get to see a lot of the scruffles in between too.
Right.
But I've loved it. I mean, my wife and I have gotten to go down on the field for it. You know, we've sat all over the stadium. It's actually funny. 3 years ago, we were there at the game, and everybody starts going crazy, and we realize that Trump is right behind us in the box.
Yeah.
So for, I don't know, maybe a few beers in me, but I end up taking my leg off and giving it to my wife. So my wife stands up on the seat and is waving my prosthetic around. And a guy next to Trump ends up hitting him on the arm, keeps hitting him on the arm, and then he sees this girl holding a prosthetic foot up in the air.
Oh my God.
And he ends up like going like this, like where's he at?
Right.
Obviously I wasn't standing.
Right.
My leg's in the air.
Yeah.
So then all the people kind of like separated, and he ended up saluting me until I got to send it back. So it was really, really cool.
That's a really special moment. I'm sure that meant a lot to you.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Something I'll never forget.
Absolutely. And you deserve, you know, the salute from everybody here in the United States for your service and the sacrifices that you've made for our country. So you heard it here, everybody. Kevin McCloskey taking Army.
10.
There you go. You guys, you heard it here first. Thank you so much, Kevin. Again, thank you for your service. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. And make sure that you download the Park Sportsbook app, everybody, for more of this content that we're going to have coming up soon.